and the strategy. You see me time and time and time again. Yesterday I was having a conversation with Jivan, and it's one thing that, you know, I put out these trades after the fact. It's even something else, even if I was out here putting out these trades in a kind of a signal group, that's something else, okay? Because like I said to you, you don't know the time. But when you see, if you want to be with me, I've made a huge sacrifice in my life at the moment, which is that I don't go to the gym at the same time in the morning, all right? And the only reason I've done that is because I want to be here for London session, 7 o'clock, to jump into these trades. I want to be able to test it extensively and see what the results will be of me being here for London sessions every time, okay? And if you want to be part of watching me do those markups, okay, want to be part of understanding what I'm doing, and I'll be on the charts more times. You'll see the room open by about 6:30, 6:45 for 7 o'clock London open, okay? So I want to trade at 7 o'clock London open in my power area time and in the New York power times, all right, kill zones, all right? That's when I want to trade. That's how I want to build. That's how I'd like to design my life, okay? Let me say that one more time for somebody in the back. That is how I would like to design my life. I do not want to sit on these charts all week. I do not want to be tied to a laptop. I want to be able to understand when I have high probability trading opportunities, okay? And I want to be able to get into those trades, okay? Get into those trades in these times and then go about my life and work on some of the other projects and my other interests. Okay, so it's a sacrifice for me at the moment. Those of you who know I'm on this gym thing in the morning, you should know that it's it is a bit of a sacrifice for me, but it's what it takes. Okay, it is what it takes, and therefore this is why I am. I'm here in the morning trading. So I'm going to let this play out for a little bit, and I'm going to just be quiet for probably the next 5-10 minutes, and then we'll get into discussing gold. I'm just having a quick glimpse at EU as well.
Delusional? Once the world see it, there's nothing delusional about it. Now, your delusion becomes, oh, he was a fucking genius.
I tell you, the harder and harder you work in here, the harder and harder it becomes to accept failure out there. Second place isn't an option anymore, guys. The more you give it in here, the more you get out there. Why would you not want to give it at all? What else are you gonna do? You come here and kill it right now? Or stay home on the couch? You know, watching the life pass by. What else would you be doing right now? Taking the time off? Or taking the time to get ahead? If it doesn't seem so easy to you, it's because you don't believe in yourself. You believe in yourself, you want to be in here killing it. Because giving you that much more of a chance because you believe you can become that. Because they don't believe they can ever get there. So therefore, why take the precautionary steps to sharpen and hone the arsenal to really go to battle? Because they don't even want to go to battle because they know they're going to lose. How do you want to look in the mirror? Every single morning, do you want a positive reinforcement or do you want a negative one about you? How do you want people to see you?
A lot of times I'll be in a 200 mile run or something like that, and I'm all jacked up. Body's broken, mind's broken, spirit's broken. I start to say, what if I can pull this off? It's the what if I can pull off a fucking miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if?
Sometimes you just gotta say things just for what they are. Just for what they are. Passion is free. Nobody can charge you for passion. Nobody can tell you what passion looks like because that's all about you. Effort is isolated. The reason why effort is isolated, because nobody can dictate. Effort is 100% in the mind. No coach, no player, nobody else can make you run to the ball. Nobody else can make you finish a tackle. Nobody else can do it. That's why it's the most isolated things in this earth right now. It's effort. When you finally figure it out, how to win real battles, It's found through fundamentals. That's what wins championships. That's what wins battles. Blocking, tackling, until they get tired. Because you don't know what tired feels like.
Let's face it, it's you against you out there. When you walk on that court, you have to think, I am the best guy out there.
But here's the fact. All of you have extraordinary capabilities. All of you. You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category.
Don't put on the show. Freaking win the game. Don't put on the show. You win the game. Don't put on the show. You win the game. Don't put on the show. You freaking win the game. You don't put on the show. You win.
Get that into your head. Don't let him take this from you. You go in there and you kick his ass, you hear me?
You stop being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
This ain't blackjack, Vinny. This is it. This is it.
You see this guy here staring back at you? Yeah? That's your toughest opponent. Every time you get into the ring, that's who you're going against. I believe that in boxing, and I do believe that in life. Let me tell you something you already know. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Anger is your biggest tool. Fighting angry, that drains you twice as fast. Yeah, the guy in the ring is your enemy, but make his mistakes be his destruction.
Go out there and show me how you do things. Show me how you live. Show me how you fight.
Because I want to be great.
And you're not.
So like I said, guys, I'm looking at XAE USD, US 30 and Euro USD at the moment. Dominantly gold I'm looking at, and
Because
Euro USD.
that's not even.
And we're going to have a quick glimpse at that, but give me a second.
Let's not open that door. They're just going to slam it right in our face. I love this game. I live this game. And there's 1,000 other guys waiting in the wings who are obsessed with this game. Obsession's going to be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about?
I want you to understand the difference between a risk and a gamble. This, what we do here, this is calculated, okay? We weigh the odds, we make a choice.
You see that man right there? Do you remember him? You gotta block out everything and be in the moment. Not the past, not the future.
This is yes, Soca, yes.
Man's trying to have my skanking early mornings.
That's reminiscent of the weekend still.
Yeah,
I'm having
skanking right
flashbacks all now.
Yeah.
Skanking.
The back still sore, yeah? Is that what it is, yeah? God.
The opposite of trauma, euphoria. Yeah,
No, bro.
having those flashbacks.
I'm going to give you guys a minute or so, some energy, then we're going to get into understanding these charts. And like I said to you, our strategy is strong, understanding of the market needs to be strong, and we need to work on making sure that we can all understand how we get into these trades. All right? So let's wake up. It is Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday, I think. Yeah, and we are going to activate today and see how we can get into these trades, okay? All right, so we're looking at we're looking at Euro USD and we're looking at gold, all right? So for full transparency, as I mentioned earlier, I am in a gold trade, all right? We are currently about 1,400 up in a gold trade.
The music is loud over your voice, you know.
Apologies. Let's drop
Sounds like you're shouting over it.
Let's drop this down. Apologies.
Man.
Right? There's something going on with my sound at the moment, and it's not going through my sound card. My
that sounds calm.
Yeah. So I'm trying my best because I can't put on the headphones, but my sound's coming from my laptop. Should be alright. But listen. So, as I said, we're going to look at gold and we're going to analyze gold. Okay, and I'm going to also I'm going to help you guys because I want you guys to understand, even though it's not the final version, but I'll say it's 9 out of 10. I still haven't done the updates on it, but there's a reason why I haven't done the updates on it, but I will. Give me a second. Let me pull this here. Now, you guys all have this. If you're in the group, you all have it, and it's essentially giving us our processes to work from. I've seen it, and after using it for a little while, I've seen some small inefficiencies in it. And when I say inefficiencies, I just mean there are certain areas that I would prefer we move some steps around. 1 second, let me try and find where it is. Somewhere. Hoping I can find it. Give me a second. You guys have it anyway. I'm just going to bring up that little document, okay? And then we're going to analyze and have a look at some of these trades whilst they play out slowly. There isn't too much red folder news today to be that concerned about, but there may be some other events that I'm almost certain Brother Alan
Rising, Jay. Quick thing. Yeah, NVIDIA's today. Can you hear me?
Say again, sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Can you hear me? Yeah, NVIDIA's today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the earnings, yeah?
That will give a direction to where the market's going to go. So NVIDIA's earnings are really good.
You're a bit distant now. You're coming in and out a little bit. You're a little bit distant.
So I'm on the tube.
Okay.
If NVIDIA goes up, market's going to the moon, yeah?
All right. You heard it there. So what would that do for our gold or some of our other pairs? Talk to us in regards to US strength.
Basically, dollar will weaken, indices will strengthen, gold will fly as well. So all the risky assets will fly. It will be bullish, yeah. And it will be bullish until the Fed cuts interest rates, and then it will continue being bullish.
Okay, understood. Fantastic.
All right. So the market may go sideways today because they're waiting for NVIDIA earnings, which are after 9 o'clock. NVIDIA will affect all the indices: US 500, US 30, US 100. So NVIDIA is big, so watch out for that. That will determine where the market's going to go.
There you go. So we can see here, I've got up on the screen, NVIDIA stock price, earnings calls scheduled for today, the 28th of August. We can see it's actually saying upcoming event around 5 o'clock. Well, no, sorry, I'm wrong. That's a different time zone. All right. So, we're watching it and we're understanding that these things definitely, is going to have an impact on our indices. All right. Also, it's going to have an impact potentially on other assets in regards to gold, etc. And at the moment we can see that NVIDIA's up for the day 1.46%. Maybe that's telling of what maybe the news is going to come out later. But yeah, thank you for the information. And that's one example, guys, that even though our economic news, all right, as in our scheduled economic news, might not show us a scheduled event like PMI, like our non-farm payroll, etc., that we understand that there are also other fundamental catalysts that can really move the market, right? Just like you heard Al letting us know straight away, NVIDIA, if you don't know who NVIDIA is, they are, they've been doing very, very well, all right? Tech space, you might as well say they've become a kind of giant in the industry. For various reasons, especially chips, processing chips, okay? Not the chips you eat, chips that goes in your laptop, all right? And, in a world whereby we need more speed, more processing, more, miniaturization, more of everything, the company that's creating that more has been doing well, Does that make sense? Does that make sense to everybody? In a world where we need more processing, more AI processing, more space, more this, more that, my phone needs to move faster. The company that's been creating that more has been doing well. Does that make sense to everybody? Could somebody say to me, yeah, this makes sense?
Complete sense.
Yep.
Let me ask you, so let me ask another question as we're going to have a little dialogue, and then we'll get into the XAU, gold, and some other little positions. What else do we need more of right now? Ask yourself this question today. What else is in high demand right now, or can you see because of the state of the world is in high demand? This could be the light bulb moment that makes you create that new business, or make that investment, or make that education to a certain area. What else right now can you see the world in, the state of the world, whereby we demand something, we need something? Look at the wars, look at the pain, look at people hurting in the UK, look at certain things. Is there an area of business, this is nothing to do with the markets, an area of business, it can be to do with the markets, because if you identify a company where you believe that people need something?
Better NHS.
Maybe. This isn't a question I'm saying there's a wrong answer. I'm saying to you to activate the grey matter. It's 10 to 9 in the morning, and come to a conclusion of, we have seen NVIDIA do very, very, very well. NVIDIA doing extremely well because we are in a world where we demand more. That AI needs faster processing. You've heard about something about, I don't know if you've heard about quantum computing or quantum processing. All right? And things that they've been looking into about, I think on quantum, is it processing? Computing? Quantum processor. I'm not too sure if that's even a thing, but what is quantum computing? There you go. Quantum computing is a rapidly emerging technology that harnesses the laws of quantum mechanics to solve problems too complex. I'm telling you, the world wants more of everything. We look at our phone. If our phone's moving, 10 to a millisecond after we hit the button, we've got a problem with our phone. It's moving too slow. It's rubbish. All right. So therefore, this is why NVIDIA's done very well. And I'm saying, as Unity is not only about trading, it's about empowerment. It's about finding a way in which we're going to grow and personally develop and find those opportunities to make us wealthy, enrich in mind and soul. I'm asking a simple question for yourself, to ask yourself that question, to look at the world today, and what do you think the world needs more of? What's in demand? What do we want? Do we want safety? The people that go out and march and was marching up and down saying that they want their country back, the people with no teeth and all them people there, all right? But the reality is whether or not you want to laugh and joke about them, they want something, all right? What do they want? We all went to Carnival or people went to Carnival this weekend. When all those people who left their house, got dressed up, despite whether it was rain, sleet, whether they had concerns about safety, whether they thought that, there was force in there and they had to travel all the way from outside of London, they came there for something. Yeah, and the people that provided them what they wanted prospered from it. Am I making sense to somebody? Yeah? Am I making sense to someone?
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to you, we're all here to trade because we want to learn how to trade the markets, because we know the benefits of it. But ultimately, we're here to also empower each other and motivate each other. And maybe something I say, or something Alan says, or Jason says, or Jivan says, or Sister Abana says, is going to make you turn a corner in your life. Let me tell you one thing I know about life is everything in life is temporary. Let me say that one more time. Everything in life, including life itself, is temporary. If you've been to a funeral recently and you're sitting there and everyone's singing the little hymns and whatnot, you realize your life is temporary. You realize it's only, so long ago that you remembered partying with this person or being at at their house or whatever it may be. Okay, everything in life is temporary, including your current situation. If it's not where you want it to be, this time next year, your whole situation could be different. Your car could be different. Your home could be different. Where you live could be different. Your physical appearance could be different. Your partner could be different. Yeah? Because all of these things are in your control. So right now, when we're looking at this world and we're in a space where we're trying to empower each other, me talking to you about what does the world need is in efforts for you to activate grey matter. And you might be like, you know what? I think that maybe this might be a good idea. Or maybe you're going to look at your current business idea and realize, wait a minute. I actually think more and more the world doesn't need this. How many businesses did you see disappear from the high street and go under because the world turned into a place whereby we wanted to order stuff online and get it here ASAP rocket? Yeah? And on the same breath, how many delivery companies have popped up from absolutely nowhere, delivering our food, our groceries, our, I swear now, even the corner shop will deliver a couple packets of crisps and whatever it may be once it's over a certain amount of time. Just know a few years ago, they weren't nowhere to be seen. But because we changed, they changed. And people who was able to be sensitive to what we need. I'm telling you for free, guys, I hate shopping right now. Not because I don't like to look fresh, but I just hate the inconvenience of going shopping, walking around, blah, blah, blah. I kind of hate it. And there was once upon a time, I didn't understand how people bought clothes online. I know this is not on trading, guys. We will definitely get onto analyzing this market in a minute. But once upon a time, I didn't understand how people bought clothes online. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, how can you buy clothes online? Like, surely you got to try it on and, walk backwards and
get the feel for it.
Get the feel for it, feel the material, you know what I mean? Make sure that it's not too short in the sleeves. I didn't get it. But slowly but surely, I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go out. Let me just order 2 sizes. It's going to land tomorrow. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to land tomorrow. I'm going to be able to make a decision and get it sent back, within whatever it may be. It's like, what do people need? Let me show you, for example. Let me give you an example. Just based upon what I just said. Okay? This is me just talking on the fly. Guys, if you know me, I've done business for myself since I was 18. Yeah? That doesn't mean I'm Donald Trump, but it just means that I'm that way wired. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah? To try and work things out, try and see how we can win. And there's been times in my life I've been winning, hand over fist, and other times it gets more tough, and you've got to go back to the maths and sum things up and understand what's going on. But that's business. That's the bed I chose. That's the path I chose, and that's where I'm on. All right? Well, for example, guys, I buy stuff online all day long, yeah? But you know what's kind of difficult? And maybe there is a company for this already. I don't really know. More than likely there is, to be fair. More than likely there is. But one thing I know is this. I buy stuff sometimes, and I don't like it. I want to change it. And I just can't be bothered with the hassle of going and sending it back. I can't be bothered with the bag. I can't be bothered with going and taking it to, I don't know, somewhere. I can't be bothered with emailing the company back and saying, I need to change this, blah, blah, blah. And I've got a few things. I could think of a pair of shoes, right? trainers in here that I didn't take back because it was just long. It was just something I just didn't want to think about. I don't know if I don't know, because maybe there is a company for this. Maybe I'm going to Google it and the company's going to say, boom, we're here. I don't know. All right. But I know that if I've experienced this problem or this issue, there's probably people here who's also bought stuff online, and for whatever reason, you didn't return it in time. Yeah, you just couldn't be bothered. You forgot about it. I don't know if there's someone on this call right now who's experienced that. You bought something and it wasn't really what you wanted, but I don't know. You just didn't have the time or the energy, or maybe that's just me. Maybe.
No, it's happened. Of course it's happened. You just can't be bothered to send it back. You
can't be bothered, man. You got to find a bag. You got to find a little sticker thing that they send to you to stick on the bag. You got to...
It's long.
It's long. So and therefore you might have just got a size of trainers that are just too small in your house and sitting there for no reason. All right. Now maybe that company doesn't exist, because I'd love a company that I could just send them a one email and somehow they just did all the shit for me. They just contacted the company with an email. They just said this. They just got the sticky. They just sent someone to my house to pick it up. They just blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't know if that company exists. Maybe they do. Yeah, and maybe I'm not the only person who has that problem. And maybe if that company was marketed in the right way, so people knew about this great service that they offered, maybe everyone would be like, damn, let me just order 5 sizes. Okay, these other 4 sizes have to go back. I don't have the time to put them in bags. I don't have the time to put the stickies on. I just don't. Because we're in a world right now where that's why everyone's ordering stuff online. I know. That's like, it's mad. But that's a tip of despair. What about, security and people's concern for security? Don't get it twisted right now. Right now, I think I mentioned this before. People who are affluent enough are definitely buying bunkers and getting them installed in their, one of their back gardens. There's definitely a concern about security that's happening in London right now. So therefore, people who have got the funds are hiring private security firms to keep their stuff safe, to keep themselves safe, to make sure whatever it may be. Like, if people right now got a concern about getting robbed for their Rolexes, that means there's an opportunity for someone out there to protect their Rolexes. You kind of get my point, all right? Either way, right now we're in a transitional period in the world. You just go and look on the news and see what's happening on a daily basis, and that is supposed to spur our opportunities and spur our decisions if we want to develop as people. That might be education. Everyone's talking AI. If you don't know nothing about AI, maybe now's the time you do a little course. Maybe now's the time you watch a 2 YouTube video to understand about AI. Because if everyone is talking about that space and that is where the world is going, why would you want that bus to leave without you? For your business and for your own safety, for the safety of your family, why wouldn't you want to be ahead of that curve, trying to capitalize on it or protect yourself from the dangers of it? All right. Anyway, let's go. Let's have a look. All right. So this is our little step for one of our playbooks. It's a playbook that we've been working on, extensively over the last, I'd say, a few weeks to a month, and being able to understand that in line with market structure. All right. Understanding how we draw our trend lines, understanding the overall direction of the market, etc. That we understand that there is a playbook that we can, take, which is all about liquidity. It's all about when markets take liquidity and then looking out for things that, looking out for confluences that give us information to allow us to get into trades. Okay. All right. So right now, we have a little retracement. Okay. We have seen gold, and how I mark my markets up is I wake up in the morning at about 6. Well, I'm up early, but I'm on these charts from about 6:30, so I don't need to be there earlier, and I'm looking around to where prices are, because overnight this red block is the Asian session. So this is what's happening through the Asian session, and we started going over here, and until about 6 o'clock was Frankfurt over here. Now look at where we are. When I look at where we are, you can see if I zoom out of here, I start to place some lines around my screen. So even if I was to turn, no, I'm going to leave it on. I place some lines. Those lines are these red lines here, which you can see some of them have labels, but when I copy them, which is quite annoying, they don't copy over my labels. All right. So let me put some of these labels so you can see. So there's liquidity over here, and we can see over here is liquidity. These are all liquidity levels. Over here, right, also over here. So what have I done? What are these labels? Well, these labels are me seeing where price is and identifying where the liquidity is above and below price. So below price, there was liquidity below this little area here. Okay. Over here, where we saw the markets had a strong push from this area. Now, it wasn't necessarily below this level here, which is where a previous London session liquidity was sitting. Okay, is previous London session. I'm concerned about this liquidity. I can't lie to you. I'm concerned that this market didn't take this liquidity here. All right, but when London opens, it gives us an opportunity for us to see where we are. All right, so if I go down here, you can see these lines. Okay, and as London opened over here, below this, I'm going to put this over here, below this low here, go to candles so you can see what's going on in here. I'm sorry, I'm not even that concerned. So we can see how we came and we actually took both of this liquidity here. Sorry, apologies, because I didn't have this one labeled as liquidity taken. The liquidity was taken here, this dotted line here, and here. So here was a previous, this is where I had this line previously. It was previously a London session, but here we saw this wick come all the way down here, which is also sitting on a previous London session low. And we can see that liquidity was taken here also. Look at that wick. So it's pushed through, boom, it's greedy. It stole this liquidity of this dotted red line and pushed down here to a previous London session. So anyone that had stops below this level also said, you know what, we're going to push all the way down and even wick out a couple people over here who thought to themselves they'll be safe below this low. Okay. Now, our playbook wants us to see something. It wants us to see manipulation breaks a structure, which we call manipulation W's or manipulation M's. Especially if that happens, this event occurs within a time whereby we're in our play kill zone area, a time when it's action time. Okay, when it's action time. So here we have seen a beautiful 1 minute manipulation W at market opened here. When that opened, I identified this area. Can you see this little patch in here? Because I understand that the middle of that W, as well as the candle, the way the price moved away from that candle, from that area, I want to see strength, I want to see speed, I want to see some sort of displacement in the candles. Have a look. Boom! This is strength and speed, creating displacement. Let's rewind this. Let's rewind this. This is strength and speed. That what a coinky dink. Just as market opened, it created my manipulation W. What do I mean by manipulation W? Somebody doesn't know. This is a normal W. Have a look. This is your normal W that you're going to see at WH Smith or Waterstones. Or if you want to do it like this, nice and sharp like this. Okay, a normal W. I want to see a manipulation W where the right shoulder is lower than the left one. Vice versa. This is your normal McDonald's M. All right. My manipulation M is that I'd like to see the right shoulder higher than the left. But also I want to see that when that pushes down here, I want to see displacement. I want to see strength and speed pushing past that middle point, and then ultimately, ideally, I want to see an imbalance in that area. Yeah, an imbalance in that area. And for those of you who don't understand what imbalance is, it's when you see. Have a look. This candle, you need 3 candles for imbalance. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you wanted that middle candle is the one. It's number 2. You got your eyes on. Do the wicks or the bodies overlap either side of the middle candle? If not, then this area in here is an imbalance or an inefficiency in the market. Is everybody following me? Or do you somebody want me to repeat something?
Yeah. Got you.
This is an inefficiency in the market that the market hates. Doesn't want to be inefficient. Wants to be efficient. Yeah? Wants to be a nice, efficient market that, does great things. Okay? Let me just do something here, because like I do say, there is this problem that when I'm teaching, I'm not managing my trades. All right? At the moment, in my opinion, that gold trade looks like it might just be... It's 2 scenarios. Either it's just breaking some... It's just taking some trendline liquidity, or it may be pushing down further to go and take some more liquidity. Who cares? Doesn't matter. It's all risk-free, and I'm not managing it. And to be fair, it'll be alright. All right, but we're going to get to it in a minute. All right. So when we've seen this displacement and our manipulation W, let's get rid of some of all of this junk. All right. I am waiting for price to return. I understand where I am, whether it's premium versus discount. All right. All these things have to get done. I'm not going to run into these things. Well, in fact, we will go back on these things, and I'll do it in order. But I want to be able to identify a high probability trading time. London zone, London session. Cool. Find the area of liquidity. I did that with my lines. The liquidity would have been taken. Great. I want to see that leg out structure. Boom. That leg out with displacement, with strength and speed. I see my manipulation pattern. Yeah, and then I want to do this. I want to wait for price to return. Let's have a look. Now, anywhere in this candle here is an entry point. I'm always interested in right at the point of that middle W. But if you decided that from up here you was entering with your stop below this lows, well, good for you. That's on you. That's fine. Okay, because that whole candle is the displacement candle. Yeah, this whole candle was the candle that did the damage. Boom, pushed all the way up there. That whole candle. So this whole candle is an entry zone. We just stop below these lows. Okay, but let's have a look. Market came and gave a lovely entry in here, and we started to move. If not, your stop's still down here because you haven't hit none of your metrics yet. Have a look at this market. Actually decided, you know what, Jay? I want to close up everything. That little imbalance that was still fleeting in here, that's when you hear me turn around and you hear me say things like I say, I'm in the trade, but I'm a little bit concerned about this little imbalance. Because you would have been in here in profits and you could have started saying, yeah, great, move your stop loss, which you would have been risk-free or you'd have made some money. But the market wanted to come back in here and fully close up all that whole energy, all right? Close that imbalance. Look, no longer inefficient market. Yeah, no longer an inefficient market. Closed it. So here you can see was that 1 minute entry. Yeah, lovely. Okay, and then as you can see, the market moved away from that area. So that's making me think to myself that was a strong area, Jay. That's giving me confirmation or making me feel like, okay, cool. Looks like maybe I know what I'm talking about. Maybe that was a good area because I see, like, for me to pick this area out of all the black screen and say that market's going to turn around right here, and it did turn around right here, and then it actually pushed up and broke structure. Well, that means something, right? That means I must be on to something. All right. So the market did that, and the market actually came down again because remember, though I looked on it on a 1 minute time frame, our manipulation breaker structure W's can occur on multiple time frames. Yeah, they can occur on many time frames. But look at this trade over here. Oops, sorry. As soon as we've hit in here, the market is gone, pushed up and broke structure. We know every time we break structure, what are we expecting after we break structure? Because over every single mountaintop and valley is what?
Liquidity.
So whenever liquidity is taken, I'm already expecting this market to make a retracement. Yeah, I am expecting the market to make a retracement. It's not something I'm like, oh my gosh, the market's coming back on me. Why me? Why always me? You know, why am I feeling this pain? All right, that's not where I'm at. I know that the market's going to come back on me after taking liquidity. I understand because I've managed my risk and I'm willing to lose. I don't want to lose. You know, I'm not a loser. I don't want to lose. But I'm willing to lose that amount of money because I manage my risk based upon my account size. Have a look at the markets. That retracement, there it is. But I stay calm. And the market actually gave me another entry because here I can see a beautiful is a manipulation W here. Boom, 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 boom. My eye being immediately drawn to the middle of that W. But there's also one here. Can you see? Boom, 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 boom. My eye drawn to the middle of that W. So there, you know, I'm thinking to myself, I can't place my stop anywhere higher than here if I was getting a second entry. Yeah. And have a look at the market. The market came all the way down here into this candle. Remember, this is the offending candle, this whole candle here, and boom, potentially gave another entry. Okay, now at the moment, I can't lie to you, that trade from down here, that first entry, continued to run. See it play until recently, which is right now. We've seen this situation here. So from here to here, let's see how, you know, what that trade is. Now, I'm completely risk-free in the trade, and to be fair, at 1 to 6 or 7, you could have decided, well, I'm happy with that trade. Okay, gold has a tendency to be a little bit troublesome, all right, as in volatile, and likes to take liquidity. Now, let me explain to you something about liquidity. Liquidity doesn't only sit above highs and lows and equal highs and equal lows. There is also something called trend line liquidity. Trend line liquidity. Okay, meaning that the market knows that there's people out here looking at a trend line saying, oh, look how great this trend line is. Wow, I'm going to place my stop either side of that trend line. And that also builds up liquidity. So this yellow line here, let me make it a little bit thicker, builds up some liquidity. Have you never seen a trade where you're in it, if you're like, there's the trend line, and all of a sudden it goes boom past your trend line and then goes up some more? Because this trend line is also building up liquidity. Now I'm hoping, I don't know, I might get egg on my face, but it's a risk-free trade for me and is what it is, okay? That this market here is going to turn around and get back with the program and start going to space. But we do know, like as Al said, that we do have Nvidia today, and maybe the market might muck around for a little while whilst it decides what it wants to do. This is gold. It is a safe haven asset. Now someone's turning around saying, but Jay, I can see manipulation M's here and blah, 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 blah. It's not anywhere that those M's or W's have power. It's in the right location. Do you understand? So let's go back to understanding location. The location for me on the bigger picture is this market is in a what? Is it in a premium or a discount? Is this market in a premium? Let me hide some of all of this stuff. Based upon those yellow lines I'm trying to show you, is this market in a premium or a discount? I'm asking. I am
Premium.
Discount.
Who says premium? Who says discount?
I'm saying discount.
I'm saying discount in a lower time frame.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the hour time frame right now. Look, even if I go to the 4 hour over here, you know,
You're still at the bottom of the price.
I think so. I think so. I think that within this yellow range that is pushing up, the market is currently in a discount. I'm trying to hide this text here because it's just taking up mad space. I'm just trying to get rid of hide it. And do that and do that. I'm going to put it in a folder and I'm going to hide it. All right. So in this yellow range, this market is at the bottom of that yellow range. Okay. Now, sister said it's in a premium. Now, gold is genuine, is overall, you know, in a premium. It's in space. Like if you know, gold has been going like this. Have a look, and we are definitely, you know, near the top of that premium. If I was to zoom out some more, but gold's always been doing that. And why? Because the world is becoming more of a risky place. And people have always been looking for a safe haven for their money, for their investments. So gold has always been going up. And to be fair, it's probably going to keep going up, even if it has retracements. All right. So I can't bet against gold. Like, no, all of a sudden people are going to say, you know what, they hate gold. Start throwing their jewelry out, buying plastic jewelry. You know, all the companies that use gold in their manufacturing and start saying, no, we're going to use wood. Like, it's probably unlikely. It's probably people are going to continue to be infatuated with gold. Yeah. So therefore, though this market has been pushing up in this, you know, someone's going to turn around and be like, yeah, that market's doing the most. The reality is that in this yellow range, which is more relevant to us, it's more relevant to us because we're day traders. We're not trying to take a trade and hold it for a year or hold it for 6 months. This market is at the bottom of this yellow range, therefore in a discount. Therefore, we want to buy things in a discount. Don't overcomplicate them in your mind. In your mind, you want to go to the shop and buy things when they're cheap. I don't know anybody who leaves their house trying to buy things when they're the most expensive ever. Oh no, what do you mean it's only £50? Please let me pay £500 for the trainers. Who says that? Nobody. So therefore, do you not believe that other gold traders are not looking at this market and think to themselves, gold's cheap. Let me go buy some gold. Because historically, every time gold, have a look. Look at this little yellow line. They're thinking to themselves, I can't lie to you, Jay. Every time gold's near this yellow line, yeah, it just goes up. Every time gold gets near this yellow line, down here in a discount, it just goes up. So I missed my opportunity. Look, I missed my opportunity over here when I yellow line to buy and see that, have it going up. I'm not going to buy here. Why aren't I going to buy here? Somebody tell me why I'm not going to buy gold over here. Somebody tell me why I'm not going to buy gold over here.
Why am I not?
It's in a
Middle of the
premium.
range. Oh,
It's in a premium. It's expensive.
the wrong time frame.
It's expensive over here. Within this yellow range that market is trading up within, gold is expensive over here. So I don't want to buy when it's the most expensive because, you know, unless I'm looking to hold for the long term. It's like, I don't want to buy a house, when it's the most expensive houses have been on my street ever, or in this street ever. There's someone saying, yeah, that's a sign that, you know, prices are going up. I get it, but there's a very high possibility that in the short term, prices are going to retrace. People are going to realize that they're too expensive. They're going to ease off the gas of buying those houses or those products or whatever it may be, and you're going to see your £1,000 house or your £1,000 trainers go down here to £600. How's that going to make you feel? When you could have waited to when it was that those house prices or those products were cheap again, cheap in relative of this trend, not cheap in relative, you know, in relation to 1995 prices, but unfortunately, you can't go back in time. So you've only got to live in the time that you're currently in. So in this current time, this yellow range is the trend, is the range, is the barometer of you saying things are cheap or expensive. I want to buy every time we get down near this yellow line down here in this discounted place. I don't want to buy up here because every time we get to this line at the top here, things seem to fall in price. Every time we get up over here, things seem to fall in price. So why do I want to buy over here? If anything, I want to sell from here. Yeah? But I want to buy down here. And overall right now, we're sitting on this line again. My only concern is that from this level here, this market didn't get back to over here. So maybe this could be a sign that it's losing that upwards momentum. It could be. Remember, these markets will continue doing what they have always done until they start doing something differently. And I don't have a crystal ball. Okay, but I am definitely looking at these areas here, these relative equal highs, some of these areas. I'm thinking to myself, maybe this market, even if it wants to go down, this market may push up in here, close some inefficiency first before. And that would be it breaking outside of the trend and doing something completely different, which I have no control over. I don't know what's going to do in the future. I wish I did. All right. So therefore, if I stick to the narrative of this is a discount, that's why I was interested in the buy. All right. And even though that market has made a little bit of retracement, I'm hoping that all it was doing was taking some trend line liquidity. Okay. And it's going to now continue pushing up and doing some good work over here. That's what I'm hoping. So even in this little push all the way down in here, I stayed calm. I'm cool. I'm also calm because it is what it is. If it stops me out, it wasn't for me. It wasn't meant for me. If it comes and stops me out, it just wasn't meant for me. And it is what it is because I've managed my risk and the rest is on God. I can't sit there and look at my screen and judge it into doing what I want it to do. I can only play by my rules. And when I see what I see, when liquidity is taken, when manipulation patterns appear, when price taps back in and reacts from that area. Sorry, even before that, when there's strength and speed in the leg out. That's all I look for. And then I execute my trade. The rest is on God. Win, lose, or draw. All right. So, you know, I've got stops all the way somewhere down here that is completely risk-free. And if it stops me out for nothing after being 18, 1900 up, but it's not for nothing, I've taken partials. But it would annoy me, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Have another look at another entry, okay, for you guys to have a look at. Euro USD. All right. Euro USD. Now let's just have a look to see where we are. See what's going on. Again, it looks like some trendline liquidity is being taken. For full transparency, I'm in this trade also, completely risk-free because I'm talking to you guys, so it's hard to manage these short-term trades when my energy is over here. But have a look. This is our London session. Okay. Liquidity has been taken. Okay. Liquidity has been taken, and for transparency, this entry that I just took was actually over here. Okay. Now it looks like the market wants to stop me out for nothing now. I'm not gonna lie to you, it does. But that's fine. I can live with that. Let me just make sure. Let me just have a quick glimpse at it. Sorry. Yeah, I can live with that. It's not a problem. All right. Wants to stop me out for nothing, because first thing I'm interested in when I'm trading is capital preservation. Okay, it's capital preservation. It's preserving my capital. All right. Now, the reason why I actually think that this trade, this here, could be this market we might see this market fall all the way to down in here. Why? Because I had my eye on this entry over here. Can't lie to you. It wasn't great because the candles were a little bit sketchy in here. I can't lie to you, they were a little bit sketchy. Hence the reason why I took this, when I saw this, whilst I was half speaking to you guys, with a strong leg out, I took that area as an entry. And to be fair, the market got up here to about a 1 to 2. All right. And because I wasn't managing it and monitoring it, I did make it risk-free, and I have been stopped out for nothing at the moment. Okay. But I'm all right with that because I'm not really watching it. And it was a bit of a, I didn't like the fact that I took this trade here. I want to take this trade because here there's some liquidity taken. Can you see my little red line again that's broken? That says liquidity taken. Okay. There was some liquidity taken. Then on a corner of my eye, I was watching this market. All right. Now, you guys know already that when it comes to Euro USD and GU, I really want to sell it. I really want to sell both of those markets. All right. But can anybody see a concern of the reason why this market potentially was coming down into these levels? Can anybody see a potential reason why? Let me pause on my candles. Can anybody see a reason why this market might have come all the way down into here? And we may have a reaction first, and then it might continue coming down. This is why I don't mind getting stopped out of this right now, because I want to be in here for the sell overall, and I'll tell you why in a bit. But does anyone see why this market might have pushed down to these levels and may continue to push down some more?
What the imbalance that was created to the left?
The imbalance. The imbalance is a big concern to me, because this market came down here and we did close up some of the imbalance, okay, up to about here. And we sat near a previous battlefield. What does that mean? A previous area where the markets couldn't break. The market came very close to that area and then turned around. But in line with this trend now, what trend am I talking about? I'm talking about in line with touching these data points as the market moves down. The market got up to that level here. Again, what a coinky dink. Got up to that level again and had a reaction. So for all I know, have a look, watch this. Completely parallel line. For all I know, this market wants to come all the way down into this level down in here, closing up this imbalance some more before deciding that it wants to do something. What may it want to do? Have a look.
Go and take the liquidity below.
It may want to come and take the liquidity below, yeah? Especially if the market decides it wants to be bearish, okay? It may want to push straight through here and grab this liquidity below. So therefore, potentially around this area right here, you know, though I was in for a small buy as it had a little reaction here, look what we can see. What can we see on the even on this time frame? What can we see has formed here? Somebody tell me. What can we see? A big manipulation M on the larger time frame. So maybe in this area here, this kind of area here, there may be an entry to get in for a sell that's going to be pushing all the way down. And I don't want to take it on a 50-minute time frame. I want to drop my time frame down. Oh, we see one on a 5-minute time frame. Interesting, right there also as well. Okay, here, identifying this middle section here. There's a potential area that market might push back up into. Let me even drop to my 1 minute time frame, have a look. But not as, I can't see nothing as clean on my 1 minute time frame in here. All right. But I'm scanning. I'm looking across. I'm looking for a reason to get into this trade. Have a look. Potentially that market might push up into these levels in here. So if there was an opportunity to get into this trade here, because remember, the market has already taken this liquidity down here. Look, came all the way deep down here, and it's had a reaction. It pushed all the way back up into these levels here. Now from down here, this is a decent push. But if we're saying the markets are bearish, just because it's grabbed the liquidity, I can't be like, oh, well, it's grabbed the liquidity from here, it's going to have to go and take the other one. No, it's falling down. It might be falling down the stairs now. Do you understand? So therefore I have to be quite sensitive to that. Hence the reason why I made this risk-free very quickly. And I was like, yeah, I actually don't mind it stopping me out here, because it's also indication broken structure against me. Now, so I'm not in a hurry to be like, no, but I was buying it before, let me buy it again. No, it's changed. It's changed to have a change of character. I'm now looking at this thinking to myself, am I going to get an opportunity to get in this trade? Exactly. And where would I be selling it to? Brrr, straight to here. Here's that previous battlefield. Brrr, straight past there. Brrr, straight past this liquidity that's over here. All right. There you go. And if I get a good entry in that, this could be a massive trade. That's just me generally just pulling it out, and it says it's a 1 to 7. But that could be a 1 to 10, 1 to 12 trade if I get a very good entry in that. All right. Why? Because the market is going to hell, and it's indicated, corrected, and it's continued breaking some smaller structure. Yeah. And though I wasn't at the point when I was here, I was in for the buy, but protecting myself just because it grabbed liquidity. But as soon as I see it respect this trend line here, I'm like, okay, cool. You grabbed this liquidity here. Maybe you didn't, because remember, in another world, this market grabbed the liquidity from down here, pushes up here, takes this liquidity, and then starts to go. Yeah. But I'm sensitive to the fact that, yeah, but bro, you've respected this trend line, and now you've broken structure. Okay, scrap that idea. This market may want to tap back in over here, and then decide it wants to go to hell over here. Maybe. I'm not saying for definite, because let me tell you, if I definitely knew what these markets were doing, I'd have a completely different session. I'd be like, guys, this market's definitely going up here. Put your life savings on red, and let's go. Yeah, I don't definitely know what any market's doing. Yeah, but I'm reading and reacting to what I can see based upon my knowledge. That knowledge gives me an edge above somebody with no knowledge. Gives me an edge, because there's somebody out here who has no knowledge and doesn't know whether this is coming. Somebody right now who hits sell here. Oh, it's going down. Look how much you're selling off. The hit sell down here, only to find that this market may, I don't know, do this. How are they going to feel when you hit sell down here and the market's going against you? As soon as you hit the button, it starts going up here. I'm not hitting sell then. I really want to hit sell like this. When this market's something like this, and I can get in a great trade like this, that's when I want to hit sell. Yeah? Worst case scenario, it doesn't push up to that level, maybe over here. But I cannot hit sell here. This is already jumped out the window. If I miss this now and it just goes to hell, well, is what it is. Yeah, is what it is. But if I wait here patiently and I hear my alert, have a look, right click, add alert, crossing up, starts ringing off, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. But then I'm going to be like, ha 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 for all the guys who hit sell at the bottom. And I'm going to be looking to see when the market comes in here that I see a reaction. I see more confluence. Maybe I see a smaller manipulation M4. Maybe I see a lovely wick rejection. Maybe I see a bearish engulfing. And then I'm going to hit the button, placing my stop in a safe place. The safest place would be above this high. A higher risk place would be, a more aggressive entry. And I'm going to leave the rest to God, because I'm going to manage my risk. I'm not going to be taking, I've got £100. I'm not going to put £50 on a trade, because then I would be very anxious. I'm going to manage my trade and only risk 1% of what I can lose. 1% of what I can lose if I'm taking a funded account, or 1% of my account if it's my own life funds. That's it. And then there's going to be another trade, and I'm going to make another, because remember, if I risk 1% of what I'm willing to lose, or what my account, and this trade runs for 1 to 5, it's a massive trade. This is like a 5% trade. You don't make 5% on your money that you work hard for, that you willingly give to the banks. You don't make that money in 5-10 years. You don't make 5% on your money that just sits in your account. I don't know what the interest rate is now. Maybe it might be a bit higher, but once upon a time, the interest rate was ridiculous. 0 point something. You don't make 5% on your money. Let me say it one time, that you willingly go to work every single day and give the banks your money. Because you don't give it to your family, you give it to another family. You give it to the Barclay family, or you give it to the Santander family, or Nat and West. That family is who you give your money to, that you work for every single month. People don't understand this, but when I tell them this, they have to pause and think about it. When you work, your company doesn't pay you. They pay your bank. If they paid you, they'd give you your money in cash, and then you take it to the bank and say, here, NatWest family, here, Barclays family. And when I say family, I mean an actual family, just like your family, where you've got nieces, nephews, uncles, and brothers. They go, here, Barclays family, you hold my money and do whatever you want to do with it, you know, even though I've worked for it all month. So if you take a trade and you hit 5%, you hit 10%, you hit 3%, understand you are doing the most. You are achieving what you're here for. It's about growing your wealth yourself via understanding the markets. Do not be out here on some, you got to hit 300%. You got to hit your 20% today. You got to hit your 20% today, but you give every single penny you work for to the bank, and they give you what, 0.2% a year, or whatever it may be. Now, maybe it's 1% or half a percent. I don't even bloody know, but I know it's nonsense. So understand what winning looks like. The fact that you only got £100 account is nobody's problem apart from your own. Because if you had £100,000 account of your live money, or let's say 100,000, and you made 5% today, how much money would you make today? Can somebody tell me? If you had £100,000 account and you made 5% on a trade today, how much money would you make?
Five grand.
So if you made £5,000 today, I'm going to ask, I don't know what everybody earns, there's probably people here on really good jobs doing really good things, but if you made £5,000 today in 1 day out of the month, would you feel as though you've won?
Without a doubt.
Do you understand? The issue is the psychology has you thinking to yourself that £5 off your £100 account is nonsense. Because you can't go and buy yourself a big chain with it. But that's because you don't have enough money. This is why when you see traders on Instagram and they go, guys, today I just made 100,000 on my trading EU, and they show you the profits, it doesn't matter. Because what you don't know is they've got £1 million in an account. So if you made 5% on £1 million, how much money would that be? Does anybody know? Just drop zeros if you don't. If you find maths difficult, it'd be £50,000. So let's imagine that they don't make £50,000, but they show you profits of £25,000 in 1 day. How much percentage did they make today on their account? So again,
2.5%.
2.5%. So let's put that in comparison. If you had made that's comparatively you having £100 account and making £2.50. The exact same trade you guys took. Maybe your trade was even better. You even had a better entry than my man. But he looks like he's the guy who's doing the most, and you made £2.50 today, and you're showing your wife and she's looking at you going, why are you wasting your time with this nonsense? But what you don't know is that maybe he had a great relationship with somebody that gave him some funds. Maybe he had some funds beforehand. Maybe he grew his funds from investors. Maybe, there's many reasons why that individual has £1 million to trade with. But he's not any better trader than you. He just got more money than you. So understand what winning looks like and learn how to win, and learn how to analyze these charts as we do, and take control of growing your own wealth via the markets. Because when that money does land, Whether that's from a prop firm, whether that's from you selling your house, whether that's from you hitting the lottery, whether that's from somebody passing and leaving you some probate money, you're going to be able to confidently say that you can put 100K in an account, right? I know there are people who are on this call right now that I know their abilities, that they can confidently make 2% a day. Who thinks that they can? I tell you what, let's even drop that. Who can confidently make 1%? Even if you take some losses in the day, even if you can, by the end of the day, who can make one? Who can make 1%?
So to cut you, it's becoming easier and easier. Yeah, let me say that. You're becoming more confident. Obviously, you need to be humble, but yeah, 2-3%, no problem a day. Yeah, it's just the things you need to iron out to get some consistency. That is all it is.
I'm going to get deeper for you, Al, because I'm going to say something to you. Yeah, there are definitely things to iron out some consistency, meaning that you can take losses in a day. But I want to say this. Let's imagine that you was willing to take your losses. Maybe you're willing to take a maximum of, I don't know, I'm talking about your own funds. Imagine it's your own funds. And you're willing to lose, 2-3% in one day. And you take some losing trades because you're trading at 0.5% at a time. This is your own funds, not prop firm funds. So the rules are a bit different. If you turned around and said to yourself that, Jay, I have £100,000 of my family's hard-earned money or my own money, and all I want to achieve is 1%. That means you actually went down in the day 0.5%. You went down in the day 1%. You went down in the day 1.5%. You're pissed. You're willing to lose 2% in the day of your overall funds. That's just a bad day at the office for you. Yeah? And you go up 1%, and 1% was your cutoff. As soon as you get 1%, you make £1,000 in profit, you stop for the day. All right? I know that every single person who understands the strategy, if they had the time to trade and do their thing, can get up 1% in the day and then stop. Because that 1% in the day is £1,000. And if he was able to achieve that, even if you had a bad day and you took your first trade was hard, maybe you was risking 0.25% or 0.5%, you go down, you lost £500, and then you go down again. Oh my God, you're £1,000 down, but you got your cap. You're not going to lose more than 2% for the day. And you go down again, you're 1.5%. So this is my last trade, and then I'm out. Bad day at the office. Then you take that trade, and that trade gets up in profit from what you started at that day. So if you started at 95, then it's £950 up, or whatever it may be, yeah. Or you start at 100K, it's £1,000. You get to £1,000, and then you closed your computer, and then when Mrs. said, "How did you do for the day?" you say, "I made 1%," and she knows that means £1,000. That means you make $5,000 a week, you make 20 grand a month. That's what that means. That means your 100 grand grows by 20,000. Obviously, if you're compounding a month. Now, what would £20,000 do for you a month if you was able to have that in your own control and make just 1% on your money? I'm going to tell you something. £20,000 a month coming in from trading changes your entire life. That's what I'm going to say to you. Doesn't make you a gazillionaire, but it changes your life. But the issue is our psychology, our mentality. Because there's times I've made 15-20% in the day, and I'm still out here at the computer slapping away. Yeah? So understand, guys, that just you being able to, like Al said, make that 1% is winning. Do you understand? You're just trying to turn the corner. You just want the sun to shine on you so you can have that flow, or so that you can put your own 500K in an account. Let me tell you something, guys. If I drop 500K of my own money in an account right now, do you think I'll be trying to hit 10% a day? I don't care about 10% a day. Give me 1% a week on my money. 1% a week on my money is 5K a week. It's 20K a month. What car can't I drive with 20K a month coming in just from my trading? What house can't I rent or mortgage can't I pay at 20K a month? Once I'm not getting carried away and I need 50 bedrooms. Bringing in 20K a month additional revenue into my. I'm not trying to say 20K a month is a massive amount of money, because it's not. But I'm just saying to you, it's light work. If you had 500K of your own money trading, it's the lightest. Let's imagine that you make 1% a day on your 500K. That's 25K a month. Sorry, someone talking about, that's 25K a week. If you have 500K, you made 1%, it's 25,000 a week. So when you see these guys on Instagram showing you certain things, you do not know if my man's got a 500k account, and you do not know how he even made the 500k. He could have made the 500k selling courses. He could have made the 500k because his daddy gave him some dough. He could have made the 500k because he's, you know, I don't know, many reasons. But when he shows you his 25k withdrawals, all you see is the number. But what you don't know is that's 1% a day, and you're out here trying to do your 10% prop firm challenge in one day. But the guy who you're looking up to only made 1% a day today. Understand what winning looks like, guys. Guys, have an amazing day. We did run on. All right, Alan's told you today there is Nvidia news, as well as from a economic standpoint, there isn't that much red folder news. All right, but we know Nvidia is one of the big boys, guys. If you don't understand, let me see if I can find a heat map for you. Let's go and find a quick heat map.
So, do we know what time UK time Nvidia news is coming out at today, please?
Yeah, we do. It's after 9 p.m. These the big seven always after 9 p.m. UK time. They're never when markets open. The reason is because they move the market like mad. Yeah, so it will be after 9 p.m. probably around 9:30. But I'll stay from 9 p.m. Stay locked. Yeah.
Do we know what the general consensus is that it should be doing well?
It should be doing well. The general consensus is doing well. However, these traders and investors are wanting to see how well they're doing. Now, if they blew it out the park, it's indices are flying. Yeah, bullish. If they haven't, then you're going to see some pullback. Yeah, and probably 1% either way. Yeah, that is the talk on the grapevine. 1% either way, the market will move. So look at the market. 1% is massive for indices. So look, after 9 p.m. stay locked. Probably around. Normally it comes about by 1/4 but it just depends. It depends on them. Sometimes you see it come out at 9:30. But it just depends. But after 9 p.m., Nvidia will come out today.
Thank you very much.
Great information, guys. So as you can see, what that means to the markets is you might see the markets sleeping before that time, or you might see the markets prepping in preparation of what they believe may happen. Okay, as in, you know, have a look at the heat map that I showed you guys. This heat map, maybe not someone's never seen this before, but this is a heat map of the NAS. All right, top 100 tech companies, and as you can see, Nvidia (NVDA) is a big boy. It wasn't that big a boy 5 years ago, tell you that much. It's a big boy now. Yeah? So you can see some of the big boys. Can anyone see some of these? Know the names of these guys? Yeah? Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla. Google. Look around your house. This is what I'm going to say.
Jay, just quick. Apple got their obviously new release of iPhone 9th of April. That will also move the market. So beware. September. Beware. Yeah, when they do these things, they move the market. Listen, I'll tell you what's really important. Sentiment. Yeah, sentiment is very, very important. Yeah, because you've got a lot of speakers. You had Chair Powell last week talking at Jackson Hole. You had a number of other speakers at Jackson Hole. You also had the Japanese Bank of Japan chairman speaking 1 a.m. in the morning. They move the market, their sentiment, they're talking, they move the market. The market should, if Nvidia does come out really well, yeah, the market's not going to look back because the Fed will be cutting rates in September. Yeah, so the market will go from strength to strength until the election, which is Guy Fawkes night, the 5th of November. Yeah, so just be aware of sentiment all.
Absolutely fantastic. Guys, I'm going to end the session, but what I was saying to yourself, those of you who've never seen a heat map, this is quite interesting. It's showing you the top 100 companies. And what I would say is, once again, going back to, you know, our own dreams and our hopes and our own goals, you know, all of these companies here that you see, these big boys, these billion or trillion dollar companies, just look around your house, look outside the window. That's who they are. They're AMD, they're in your laptops. They're Nvidia, they're in your technology. They're Microsoft, they're Amazon on your phone, they're Tesla. You know, they're Costco, okay? They're Meta, i.e. Facebook and or whatever you want to call it. These are the big guys, all right? And therefore, this is why you can see why Nvidia And the results of what happens in Nvidia may move the markets. Why? Because it's a big boy. Yeah? When that big boy farts in the room, everybody's going to smell it. For good or for bad. That's what this is about. Look, these guys' news are going to come out, but it's unlikely, you know. This news here was this, the Trade Desk Inc. It's not going to necessarily impact the market so because it doesn't have that much market share. Yeah? Nvidia is occupying a whole heap of market share of this particular market. Same with Microsoft, same with Amazon, Google, Meta. So hence the reason why these news events are so important. Yeah? They're so important in regards to what happens in those pairs, especially the NASDAQ, especially some of the indices, especially some of gold, etc. Because if you've got a certain amount of investment and you've got some money in here and it doesn't look like it's doing as well, you take your money out of here and put it in a safe haven like gold. Yeah, or the good times are rolling and you've got more money to invest into other things. You understand? So everything is interconnected. But guys, it's been an absolutely fantastic session. I'm going to stop the recording of this session right now. If you do have enjoyed what you've heard, do like, share, subscribe, blah 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 blah.